Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for a classification match here. We have Nelson Mandela Bay boys under 18 in white and the KZN Orcas in the black. Hoping that the rain stays away. Still quite cold up here in Johannesburg, but hopefully it doesn't affect the boys' performances. Plays the good ball in. Managed to get the back shot off. Still quite early into the shot clock there, but you know, sometimes when the whole man's on and he gives you the eyes, it's easier just to give that ball in. Now Mandela Bay will have their first take of this game. Lots of space there. Lots of space. Opts for the unconventional spin. Does the magic though. Has water. 5 meter. Fantastic work there. Oh, the number 11 from Nelson Mandela Bay. Christian Chandler. Thought for a second there was a bit of a... He had the reverse spin on and almost just decided to take the opposition for a 270. Great finish. Fantastic penalty by the number 4, Callum Eamsley. And Nelson Mandela Bay take the lead, 1-0. Great interception there. Unfortunately, KZN Orcas still trying to find their feet in this fixture. Maybe just rushing it just a little bit. This KZN Orcas side is quite a young team as well, holding quite a few under 18s. Good ball in. He's working. Has the water and ball under. Great defense there from the KZN Orcas. KZN Orcas setting up with two home men, one on each post, but unconventional. You know, unfortunately, it does crowd the area. But high ball and a good steal. Unfortunately, would want to play that pass onto the water, not necessarily wanting that in the air. But another good defense from the Nelson Mandela Bay boys. Unfortunately, the ball getting a little stuck on the right wing there. Opts for just a little bit of a Hail Mary, unfortunately not coming off this time. But I've seen it done before. Number 2's got acres of space, got to take it. Opts not to. Plays number 6, just off the left post. Would have liked to see number 2 there from the KZN Orcas. Maybe just slide it into the space there, open up his angle just a little more, and just hit it. I mean, at the business end of the tournament, you here at the end of the day have some fun. Just may as well test the goalkeeper a bit. Bit of a long-range effort there from halfway, not opting for power, opting for placement. Unfortunately, keeper Nathan Jacob just able to get 2 hands to that. Orcas have inside water. No. Oh, unfortunately, looking at the ref. Good finish. Great finish. Great finish there by the number 10 from KZN. Kirk Wilson picks up his first for this game. Unfortunately, number 2 had front order there, but it is a bit of a schoolboy error to look at the ref instead of just playing on. But luckily managed to find the left post and Kirk Wilson who sticks that away. And we're back to our level game. Oh, right idea. And just fortunately, just swimming with his head down a bit, not aware of that option. KZN do have numbers. Opts to play number 5. He's got lots of space. Great finish. Great finish by the number 5 there from KZN, Mitchell Slade. Well executed counter attack, followed by a good finish. Mandela Bay playing 2 lefties here, number 7, number 9. They do have good shots on them. Ref not happy with number 3, says his hands, he's holding him too low. Gets the off-ball exclusion. I would say a coach's pet peeve, unfortunately. And now Mandela Bay boys have their first man-up of this game. A couple of wet passes, not ideal in a man-up situation. Just not able to really get any fluidity. Yeah, unfortunately comes off the right post and out. Unfortunately, in a man-up situation, the drier the ball, the better opportunity to score. That's unfortunately the reality of it. KZN going for a counter-attack now, unfortunately having 5 people in a straight line. Number 10 starts to come back a bit. Open up the space, still rocking that double hole. Ball in, exclusion. Good work from the KZN Orcas. They want to try to keep this dry as possible now. Plays post. Oh, just a bit rushed. Managed to get the ball back and nothing. Yeah, unfortunately, coach Bob Amler also agreeing, just a bit rushed. Flicks the ball back though. Has a man open. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, just not having the awareness there to find the 2-on-1. Opts to go for himself, and that was a good opportunity for KZN Orcas to take a bit of a firmer lead in this game. Unfortunately, so a wayward pass from number 7. I commentated one of their games yesterday, and he had a stormer. Really couldn't leave him open, but so far starting a little slow today. Another counter, good ball in, and nothing. See, unfortunately there, ladies and gentlemen, he's just holding the ball, seems to drop the ball, and the number 1 from Mandela Bay just comes and collects that. And we have 3 seconds left here. Someone's going to have a big shot. Easily caught. And then we have it, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first quarter of this game between KZN Orcas and Mandela Bay boys. And it's 2-1 to KZN Orcas. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second quarter of this classification game. So far, quite a tight fixture. Mandela Bay boys starting off very strong, just dropping off a little bit of intensity towards the end. Has been so far a long tournament of polo. A couple of teams playing at least 3 games yesterday. I know KZN Orcas would have had an early fixture this morning, but so far not seem to affect them. Big shot here coming from number 5. Plays the hole. There we go. Well played. Great patience there from the KZN Orcas. Really thought the number 5 there, Mitchell Slade, was going to have a shot, and he manages to play the hole and earn the first exclusion of this chukka. Plays the post. So unfortunately, they're the right option. Unfortunately, the number 12 they just hadn't slid out. Been seeing that form of man-up attack quite regularly this tournament. Seems like most of the teams are opting to try find the post as much as they can. Just unfortunately, they're not on the same wavelength. Orcas have man up, managed great pass, finds the number 2, gets inside water, great finish. Fantastic finish there by the number 2, Sam Spooner. Managing just to get a little counter-attack. Did have 2 men just trailing him, but doesn't stop him. Great finish there, and KZN Orcas extend their lead to 2. Unfortunately, the Mandela Bay boys trying a similar tactic to what Orcas just used, but unfortunately for stuff like that, the passing has to be pinpoint, and they're lucky to not have a counter-attack against them. Second hole in, holding the ball, nothing. Just an ordinary foul. Unfortunately, holding the ball the entire time, trying to work his legs, rolls back in, gets the ball back in, good rock. Doesn't seem to get a grip of the ball, and ball under. Just a pity there. Just couldn't seem to get the space required from that rock, and just couldn't grip the ball. But still, very, very decent effort there from the KZN Orcas. Much better play from the Mandela Bay team. They're playing the main hole. We've seen already that the number 11, Christian Chandler, is a danger man. He earned their penalty early in the game, their first goal. But a very disciplined drop coming from the KZN Orca guys. Plays over. He's got miles of space. Unfortunately, doesn't even look at the goals. Oh, good attempt. I'm surprised there. Number 12, left-hander, sorry, right-hander on the left, didn't even look at the goals. But here's a counter. Can he do it, Christian Chandler? And 5 meter. Unfortunately, with the evolution of the game, with the new rules, it's fairly impossible to get away from a 5 meter if the guy is inside water with you, unless you show hands and the keeper manages to knock the ball out of the player's hand. That's kind of the only exception. But nonetheless, great work from Christian Chandler. Seems to be a pivotal player for this Mandela Bay side. And great save there by the number 1. Nathan Jacob. Callum Emsley looking to double his tally today. Unfortunately, just not coming right. Holman screaming for it. Now, KZN Orcas just implementing a little bit of a wing drop now. Seems to be working. Got good water. Not a great pass, just an ordinary foul there. Would have wanted that on the water. Gets it back though. Had the back shot lined up there, just couldn't quite get enough of space. Big shot from number 7. Just off the upright, and they will have another 20 seconds here. Much better patience from the Mandela Bay boys. That second hole was looking for it. Got open water, he's going to want it, there it is. And he gets the back shot off, and it's a fantastic action shave by Nathan Jacob to keep the score at 3-1. Oh, good defense by KZN Orcas. Number 12 there from Nelson Mandela Bay boys. Seeing that his teammate was on a drive down there, just could not quite get the ball over to play the teammate on the water. And Orcas looked to have a little bit of a counter here. Mitchell Slade plays 9. Nothing. Good play, a little rushed, turning into a little bit of a swimming goal here for between the two sides. Wants it early, gets it early. Good ball. Earns an exclusion. Coach Dan Ward screaming for a 5-meter, a bit baffled by that decision, but nonetheless, we play on. Just managed to keep it, gonna have a hit. Oh, great read by Nathan Jacob, managing to get back to cover that left side. Unfortunately, would have wanted an earlier bounce on that shot. Numbers coming down here for the KZN Orcas. Seem to like playing the double man hole position. Bit of a 4-2 setup they like to implement here. Plays it in. Gets the rock off. Oh, unfortunately a very hard shot to make as a right-hander on the right post with a back shot. You really don't have much of an angle, but great effort nonetheless. Into the last minute of this half. So far, 0 goals this half. It's been quite a slow chucker. Defensively, I think both teams have stepped up a bit. I think offensively, both teams just rushing just a little bit. Just need to slow it down just a tad, see their options. Good ball in. Doesn't seem, gets the pass over, great play. And he gets the finish. That's a second for Sam Spooner. Much better from the KZN Orcas to get the opening goal of this chucker. And we'll have 34 seconds on the main clock. Now Mandela Bay will most likely have their last attack of this half. Second We're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of this KZN Orcas versus Nelson Mandela Bay fixture. So far, both teams fairly quiet in that last quarter. Only one goal scored there by the KZN Orcas. Seem to rely heavily on the second centre, the KZN Orcas. Great finish. Goodness gracious me. I was so focused on watching the whole man roll in there that number 6, Mitchell, just said, let me have a go here. And he opens the account nice and early for himself and the KZN Orcas coming into the second half. Unfortunately, just a bit of a wayward pass there by number 9, Oliver Martin. Right idea, just sitting on the 5 meter. Just again, I said it in the last quarter. Just a little bit more patience needed by the Nelson Mandela Bay team here. They're just a little rushed. Good ball in. Great work. Great work. The number 6 from KZN Orcas scoring the last goal and now getting the exclusion. It will be the first man up of the chucker and the half. KZN Orcas struggling to keep the ball dry on man ups. Let's see if they can change it just a little. Oh. Coach Rob Amler, hands on heads, shaking in disbelief. Unfortunately, can't really have 2 drop passes and then a failed block attempt. You haven't moved the blockers, nor have you moved the goalkeeper. Interesting call there. I thought the player still had the ball in his hand, but that's why I'm commentating and the good refs reffing. Gets the ball again though. Great little turn. Better save. I said there has been a keeper change on KZN Orcas. Nathan Jacob hopping out and Elliot Springate hopping in the cage to do the good deed. Let's see how he can so far. Good save to start us off, and let's see how he can keep his if he can keep the net clean. It's better. Oh, that's excuse me. That's another unfortunate wayward pass from Nelson Mandela Bay. Yeah, I've said it before. You don't want to give these stronger teams, if you're the underdog, you don't want to give them any more tax than they get just from an ordinary game, and they owe this off a second exclusion. Play. Oh. Again, Coach Rob Amler just in disbelief, I think, on just not a well executed back-to-back man-ups from this KZN Orca side, and it seems to be quite infuriating for the coach. Number 12 trying to put on some fancy trick moves, unfortunately just get the ordinary. Will look to play across to number 4. They're currently doubling the hole, leaving number 13 from Nelson with lots. Opts for a lob. Okay. It was a bit of a donut lob, but the number 13 Elliot saying no problems. I'll just pop it over my crossbar. And Nelson Mandela Bay get another attack. Good water. Just not able to find him. And KZN Orcas can go up the pool. Plays across the pool. Unfortunately, just too much on that. Not a bad idea by the Orcas. Bit of a short pass. Oh, does recover it. Unfortunately, doesn't have the front water that he had prior. Does get the turn, but a better still. Sam Spooner doing it on both ends at the moment. Gonna play the hole again. Number 4 working hard. Lots of, unfortunately, working into the player instead of working away from the player. It's often a big error that a lot of water polo players make. It's unfortunate. Good ball in. Number 12 is working hard. Will it be a great finish? Great finish. Great finish there by the number 12, Tchaikovsky, didn't seem to like what the goalkeeper had to say to him. They're having a couple of words there. Don't like to see that type of behavior in this beautiful sport. I know tempers do fly in intense moments when people are tired. But yeah, let's hope it was nothing. Bit of confusion there as KZN Orcas were convinced that he hadn't played the ball and that it was just an illegal swipe, which would have resulted in a man up for the Orcas, but the refs deeming it was played and the steal was relevant. Number 4 working hard then, getting himself another exclusion, really seeming to be a proper utility at the moment. Let's see KZN Orcas, this is their 3rd exclusion of this quarter. Can they do something a little better? They can. Oh, brilliant. Much better. You can just see the difference it makes when you keep the ball dry. Really, that's all I can say on that man. I've kept the ball dry the entire time. And yeah, number 4 for KZN, Matthew Lawton, just earns himself the exclusion and finishes the goal. Oh, unfortunately, opting to try to go over the centre back there. It's a very hard pass, I wouldn't even say 50-50 just because of the difficulty. Bit of a long pass there, unfortunately not landing on the hand. KZN again got their double whole setup, but unfortunately they're just pushing each other into one another, so just crowding completely. Plays in 5 meter. Okay. Yeah, it's a 5 meter. And the 5 meter person who got it will take it. Can Mitchell Slade open up more? He can. Nice fast release. There often a couple of different techniques to a penalty. Some like to take a little bit longer to come up and down. Some like to go fast, sometimes to not put the water on the ball there. Mitchell Slade just opting just for a quick, as fast as I can get that ball from the water to the back of the net, the better. Just catching the number 1 with a great penalty. And we have 40 seconds left in this quarter. 7-2 to the KZN Orcas. Oh, again another unnecessary pass there on the attack from Mandela, trying to go over 2 KZN Orca players and just not quite having enough. Gets the ball in front. Problems. Ooh, see, unfortunately they just didn't. He should have just held the ball. As I said earlier, it's very, very hard to not give a 5 meter in that situation, but just because he opted to not hold it. Yeah, great save. 2 seconds on the clock. Another save. Fantastic. Wow. 2 action saves there by Elliot Springate. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. KZN Orcas 7. Mandela boys 2. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for this last quarter. The last chucker, KZN Orcas really just getting a firm grip on this fixture. Nelson Mandela Bay boys just rushing a little bit, unfortunately, in the final third here. A couple of 50-50 passes that maybe if it goes their way, it would have been a different result, but unfortunately that's how this game goes. Sometimes it doesn't go your way and you concede on the other side. So I'd like to see a little bit more patience there. Orcas getting some space there, the number 6, bit of a talisman for this Orca side. Mitchell just opting for an early shot, plays the early hole, good work. Gets the half turn, but nothing. There it is, number 11's going to have a crack here. Oh! Great defense there by the number 9 from KZN, Adrian Truter. Just managed to get back and just stop that wind up from happening. Plays in. Good rock. Oh! That was a great rock off, but just a better block by the number 7, Thiago Williams. Thought for a second he would be left dead there, but just managing to stay on his legs and deflect that shot away. Coach Dan Ward not really happy. He believes that the Orca went over his player for that ball under, but unfortunately the refs make the decisions and we just listen. More space here, he's going to want it. Can't give this man that much space with that many books. He will punish you 9 times out of 10, and he does now double his scoring, bring it up to 2. Oh, unfortunately, just a bit of a high pass there. Goes for an unconventional back shot. Wow, they had the man over on the left-hand side. The number 4 just says, you know what, I've got one. Why not just double that with a nice little 6-meter back shot? I just hear Coach Dan Ward does say to Callum Emsley there, just remember, you did have a bat up there, good finish, but potentially not the number 1 option, should we say that. KZN Orcas got front water. Plays around the back. Ball under, fantastic defense from Nelson Mandela Bay boys. Getting held back. Ref deeming no pullback there. Fortunately, I think the Nelson Mandela Bay team looking a little fatigued, a little lethargic. Decides for the early shot. Unfortunately, now leaving the talisman Mitchell open in the middle here. I think he's gonna have something to say. And 5-meter. That's how it should be done. You grab the ball. If you feel the guy come onto your back like that, you just hold onto the ball and then you release it. And 5-meter every single time. Let's see what the number 1 for Nelson Mandela Bay, Kevin Pinker, has to say. He had a fantastic game the other day when I commentated. Oh! Just off the left post there, but I think Gavin Pinker had that. Fantastic young goalkeeper from Nelson Mandela Bay. Really has been impressive. Long shot. Another good save, but luckily there it's straight back to KZN Orcas. It's not often a halfway shot block like that goes back to your team. A bit of a scrap here. And the Nelson Mandela Bay coaching staff not happy with that call. Plays the hole. Number 8 all over him, unfortunately. And Coach Rob Ambler calling a timeout here. Probably wants to cook up something special for this man up. yeah, unfortunately, I think Nelson Mandela Bay just had a couple of, bad bounces off the crossbar. But nonetheless, have managed to keep themselves in this game. Unfortunately, not on the scoreboard, but intensity-wise. So they'll want to try and at least get a couple more goals before the end of this game. Having only scored 1 goal in this 2 goals in the second half and 1 goal in the first half. Okay, let's see what Rob Amler has cooked up in the store here for that timeout. Starts at 3-3, crashes down, plays the second post. Great finish. Great finish there by the number 7. Managed to make up for that penalty miss. Jamie Nicolau with a well-orchestrated man-up move there. I'm sure Rob Amler will be a lot happier. Yes, I do see a bit of a grin on his face. I think he is a lot happier with that man-up compared to some of the previous ones. Let's see what Nelson Mandela Bay have to offer in this final 2 minutes of this game. "11 seconds on the clock here, plays the double. Working. Ref Steve not happy with the amount of holding going on there, earns himself the exclusion there, the number 12 from Nelson Mandela Bay. Good crossover. Fantastic crossover. He's looking dangerous. Just got to move the ball a little faster. Oh, and great steal. Did everything so well there, Oliver Martin. Just, unfortunately, holding the ball just a tad too long. But great engagement. Exactly what you want to see as a coach is you got to work the goalkeeper man up. There's no point in passing the ball if the goalkeeper's not being worked. Cross pass over and... Number 4 there, Callum Emsley, just managed to get a little bit of a hand to that, just pushing it closer to the number 1, just to collect it from him. They are man up. KZN doing a little bit of a mid-attack change. Going to look to want to play the second, I'm sure. Unfortunately, the number 9 from Nelson Mandela just cramping the space there. I do think he is wanting to line one of these up. Let's see. Yeah, and there's the coach, or I should say manager, Cole Edwards, is just saying to the number 9, listen, you're blocking everything there. You're sitting too deep in, cutting off the hole. And number 2 finds himself with acres of space. Sam Spooner, can he make the hat-trick? Plays around and great save. I've been singing his praise the whole game. Kevin Pinker with another fantastic save by the young goalkeeper. And then this Oliver Martin will want to finish this. Big ball, great finish. Much better intent from the Nelson Mandela Bay boys in that attack. Unfortunately, just a little late. 9-4 with just under a minute left. Last 30 seconds called by Coach Rob Amler. Working the ball around here. Beautiful pass in the hole. Gets the half turn off. Unfortunately, just not getting enough front water. And number 2 gets excluded for moving the ball. Manager Cole Edwards not happy at all with the player's decision to smack that ball away. Ordinary foul, 3 seconds. KZN Orcas is going to have to let this one go very quickly. There it is. Unfortunately, not enough to get in. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. KZN Orcas 9 and Nelson Mandela Bay 4. There's still lots of water polo to happen here at St. David's, brought to you by ItsHappening.Africa. Semi-finals coming up just a little later. So stick around and we'll see you next time.